My name is Becky Page, and I'll be one of the presenters today. I have over 30 years of HR experience, including 20 years of owning an HR consulting business. In 2023, I joined the JER HR Group as the Director of HR Services. It's my pleasure next to introduce the other presenter, who is Mahesh Kumar. He's the Managing Director of the HR Group. He has spent 20 plus years in financial services firms, including JP Morgan, Deutsche Bank, Goldman Sachs, working globally on change management, strategic planning, organizational development projects. He's our driving force behind JER HR Group and Trainery and the manager of global software development team.
Thank you.
Next, I am thrilled and honored to introduce Cynthia Thompson. Cynthia is the publisher, editor of HR Professionals magazine. It's a trade publication distributed to SHRM regional chapters and members and HR professionals throughout the country. And thank you so much for co-hosting, Cynthia, and I'll have you take it away.
Thank you so much, Becky. I am delighted to be here and so excited to see this demo today from Mahesh. This is going to be an exciting webinar because you're going to learn all about how to develop job descriptions, which we all hate, because the managers keep changing them on us, Becky. So we have to continually revise.
Yep.
So having this product is going to be a joy. So I want today to introduce you to our speakers, Becky, who has already introduced herself, and Mahesh Kumar, who is the Managing Director of Trainery One. And he has spent over 20 years in financial service firms like JP Morgan, we've all heard of them, Deutsche Bank, Goldman Sachs, working globally on change management, strategic planning, and organizational development. Mahesh is the driving force behind JER HR Group and Trainery. So he is going to lead our demo today. But first of all, let me remind you guys that you need to stay on at least the entire time, 60 minutes, in order to get your credits. And I know we all want our Sherman HRCI credits. And today we are so excited that we already have those set up for you. So we will be sending those out. So watch your email for those. Give us a couple of days to get those out. And you're also going to receive the PowerPoint and a link to this presentation today so that you can try it yourself. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'll turn it back over to you, Rebecca. Becky.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and turn off my video while I'm chatting, just so we can kind of focus on the PowerPoint. So we're going to take a few minutes to kind of go over the agenda. We're going to do a brief overview of the JER HR and Trainery. Then we're going to discuss the critical role the job descriptions have in compensation. We're going to do a quick poll, and I'm very excited about it. It's interactive, so I hope everybody participates. We're going to review the roles of job descriptions and why they matter. And then how to capture, corral, and tame data efficiently and ensuring accuracy. There's going to be a live demo of Job Builder. I think you guys are just going to love the system. And we'll do the Q&As at the end. So if you do have questions, please put them in the chat, and we'll do a quick Q&A session at the end, and then we'll have closing. So let's take a moment to kind of focus on the key learning objectives for today's session. So it's to create job descriptions structured for HR, talent management, and compensation planning. The second one is understanding the effective integration of AI and automation into the job description and processes. This is an area that we're all learning very quickly, and there's many studies that show moving away from manual work can save up to 50% of time on that particular task. So I really strive sometimes during the day when I do a task is how can I do this more efficiently, and is there a way to automate it? Also improve collaboration and workflow process. Kind of had Cynthia had mentioned that managers are changing the job description and HR doesn't know about it. So setting up best practices, utilizing a system can really help maintain consistency, transparency, and efficiency throughout the job description life
Unknown
cycle.
caller.
So next slide, please. We're going to move on to start the meat of the webinar. So the top line says human capital is your most important asset. And I think everybody knows this. And a lot of times people don't realize that this has been measured. There's been many, many studies. There's one Gallup poll that I always kind of go back to and look at, and it shows that organizations with high employee engagement experience 21% more profitability and 17% higher productivity. So at the HR group, you know, our mission is to go beyond those insights and provide tools that really drive measurable impacts. We help organizations of all industries tackle their most complex HR challenges with solutions in compensation, HR services, and organizational development divisions. So our goal is to really ensure that your company policies, your pay frameworks, your work strategies, they're all aligned with business strategies. Also at Trainery One, we offer cutting edge talent management technology, which helps businesses develop employees, streamline processes, which we all want, and manage learning and development. Our organization has over 35 years of expertise, and we really empower organizations to, you know, enhance performance, retain top talent, and create that environment where employees can thrive. So we do have a great deep bench of experienced staff, and our comprehensive solutions are designed to help organizations maximize their potential with measurable results. I want to take this opportunity again to really thank you guys for your attendance today. And I'm going to pass it off to Mahesh.
So this is a detailed overview of different modules in compensation planning system called Comp Builder. We are going to talk about the Job Builder, which is the job description software. But we also have job evaluation module and a market pricing module. And we are in the process of rolling out our compensation planning and the statement development as part of our Comp Builder modules. So the first three modules are used by our clients and also used by our consulting services. And we're going to talk about Job Builder today. Next slide, Sanchita. Okay. So go ahead, Sanchita. Poll question.
Yeah, I have launched a question. We have answers coming in. Currently 75% participation. That is great. Okay, I'm going to end the poll in another few seconds. So we have manually as per need, which is leading. Then you have off-the-shelf templates, job description software. That's interesting. Around 11% use them. And others, please enter in chat how you generally do it.
That's a great response. Thank you, everyone, so much for
Thank you.
participating.
Yes. Yeah, it's a great response, actually. I second Becky's.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, next slide, Sanchita. So we're going to talk about, that job descriptions are, far more critical than one might think. And I know, everybody pretty much knows that. But one thing on the poll, I don't know if you noticed that it's one of the most tasks that are disliked, creating a job description by HR. And one of them was actually 97% of HR people that they polled do not like creating job descriptions. But of course, we know that they're really vital. So you can kind of think of them as the cornerstone of the entire life cycle of an employee. I mean, you have from recruitment to compensation, job postings, knowledge and skills development, performance management. So during this demo, you're going to see how you can kind of synchronize the job content, quickly develop job descriptions, improve transparency, which I think is a big thing, and improve employee engagement. Some of the most successful CEOs have placed a very high value and importance on job description. One of those was Indra Nooyi. She's a former CEO of PepsiCo. During her tenure, she doubled their net profit. And she's quoted as saying, job descriptions are more than a list of tasks. They define accountability, expectations, and the purpose that drives performance. Also, Tim Cook, who was CEO of Apple when he oversaw the launch of the Apple Watch, the AirPods, and the Apple TVs, he's as quoted as saying, people do their best work when they know what is expected of them. A well-crafted job description sets the foundation for high performance. So although we all dread, including me, this task, we just have to realize that the payoff is worth it, and we've got to dive in and do it, and then, the time will be well invested. So we're going to go on to the next slide, and we're going to talk about why job descriptions matter more often than we realize. The legal protection and compliance, of course, is a big piece. It helps defend against discrimination, wrongful termination, by providing documented objective criteria. It supports compliance with ADA and EEOC guidelines to ensure fair employee practices. Having experienced EEOC and other types of claims, civil rights division claims, I can attest that government agencies and courts strongly favor job descriptions that are up to date, detailed. And of course, the most important portion is that it's aligned with the actual job duties of that person. It sets clear expectation in performance management. So it gives employees a clear understanding of their responsibility, kind of reducing the misunderstandings. Also, it kind of prevents conflict by eliminating ambiguity of who owns the task. I'm sure we've all kind of heard that it's not in my job description kind of scenario. And it helps managers set performance expectations and conduct fair evaluations based on, documented job requirements. So also, just kind of on a side note, it can also help managers to identify skill gaps. So, you can develop some targeted development plans if need be. A big one for the job description is recruiting and hiring. You make sure your job postings are going to attract who you want to attract with the right skills, experience, qualifications. Sometimes we tend to see job descriptions that don't have education requirements on it, or education requirements that really may not be reasonable for that position. So you always kind of want to pay attention to that area. Also, it serves as a benchmark for interviews, making hiring decisions. You want to be objective and consistent. So you just want to ensure that candidates are evaluated based all on the same criteria. And then workforce planning and growth. This really helps, look at the skills, plan for a future workforce. I would tell you that is the trend. We're seeing companies be really forward thinking right now of, what are we going to look like in 2 to 3 years, which is extremely valuable. Also, it assists in determining appropriate, compensation and clarification of positions, which is pretty much the meat of what our next slide will be. So now that we've kind of discussed the role of the job descriptions, how vital they are and why they matter, I'm going to turn it over to Mahesh to talk about capturing and kind of corralling that job description data.
Yes, thank you. Thanks, Becky. So coming back to how the system was developed, I'll go to the demo in just a few minutes. We thought about what is our client problem? What is the core issue that we are trying to resolve? So the major issue that we saw just now, 89% of the audience are doing it manually. We wanted to find a solution from the system standpoint as to how it can be automated. So take an example. 89% of you have a job description somewhere. And let's say you subscribe to any software. Your immediate need is, how can I take this job description I have in my Windows Explorer folder somewhere, and how can I upload that to the system? So we kind of took that use case or a scenario, and then we said, okay, how can we use the AI and how we can automate the whole process? So we took these two scenarios, combined them into a technical solution. So if you have, whether you have 10 titles or 100 titles, it doesn't matter. You can bulk upload and watch AI do everything. At every step of the way, it will wait for you to approve that performance, but the whole process has been automated. So in a way, this is also helping us in the consulting side, where we use the AI to perform similar activity. But the bulk upload is a step to automate the entire upload of wherever your documents are to bring it to the system. The second piece is the AI generator, where we are using the AI tool to create the job description. Obviously, we all know AI will do a better job if we give more ideas or more data points, but it will create a basic job description and you can refine it further if you want it. If not, you can upload that and that can be your job description. The third one is the job description library. Obviously, we encounter more than 8,000 job descriptions each year as part of the consulting side of the business. So we took some of the great job descriptions we had in our database, and we sanitized it, we cleaned it up, and we said, okay, different types of job descriptions that we can upload into our master library that can be available for our clients. So we have around 12,000 job descriptions, which can fit into many scenarios, but you can always take it and make the changes you want to make. And obviously, you can duplicate the existing job descriptions and make the necessary changes. And if you really have a lot of time, you can take one single job description and manually enter it anytime you want, if that is something that you need to do for whatever reason. Of course, finally, HR support is always there from our side. And Becky has been working on a couple of projects, managing a couple of projects where we are having clients whose job descriptions have gone out of control, and they're trying to make sure the job descriptions are managed better. So they want to clean up and they want to bring everything under one template and so on and so forth. So those are the use cases that we have tried to resolve using the technology as a solution. So with that, I think I can go to the demo, right? What's the next slide? Yes, let me go to the demo. So let me share my screen. I'll walk you through. Screen 1, screen 2. Yes. There are so many of them. So are you able to see my screen, everyone?
Or maybe if you go to the main screen, it'll be a little bit bigger. I think it looks too small.
Let me stop. Okay.
I think this is fine, good though. We can still see it.
All right. All right. All right. So, so this is the landing page for our Trainery One system. I am in the test environment because we can play around, we can do whatever we want to do in the test. So that's a safe environment for us to play around. And this this test client as access only to Comp Builder, which has got, as I mentioned before, multiple modules. So that's the only application that this user has access to. This is your landing page for Job Builder. This is telling you where you are, how many titles are in your organization, how many collaborators, latest titles that you have entered recently, how many job families, how many titles in the collaboration process, the workflow status, titles that are work in progress, and approvers for your workflow. Just to let you know, these are test data, and so most of the data that you see are not really a realistic data, but it gives you a flavor of how the system works and all that. Before I go further into this, one of the key differentiating factor of Job Builder compared to any other job description software is the breadth and the depth of the system features is equivalent to an HRIS system. So on the left-hand side, you will see there are two core setup things. One of them is to set up your organization. The reason why this is so elaborate is, even though we are talking only about Job Builder, is because Job Builder is a module inside a Comp Builder, which is a module inside our human capital management solution. So these are common core modules available for all our subscribers. And so from an organization level, you can set up your organization's profile. You can set up your organization's hierarchy, structure, location, administrators, and profile information, anything and everything about your organization. So this is all optional. It is up to you to set up the way you want to set it up. But the more you set it up, the more, if you want to have a logo, you can set up a logo, and it keeps track of all the users who has logged in and any login failures. And everything to do with your access control restrictions, all these are managed to the organization profile. Many of the job description software you see are just doing job descriptions. They don't take the kind of security and safety that we really focus on into consideration, because job description is not such a critical security-based application requirement, but we take it seriously because it's part of our overall HRIS module. The second piece is the employee section. It's a self-administration function. So you are managing your own employees, whoever has access to it. And it is a simple import from an Excel, or you can do an API with your HRIS system. Many job description clients don't do all that. They add X number of employees through a simple add, and they give access to their own employees. And if you click on any one of those employees, you set up the access level as to how much they can see. So you drive the access level of your own employees, and it's a self-administration process. So this is from the core setup standpoint. The more you maintain, better control you have, but many of them are optional features. Now let's go to Job Builder, which is the demo feature that we are talking about. Once again, here, the settings is something that we recommend our clients do, right? Because in the settings, we have, this is the addendum that you can add to the job descriptions. Why do we have addendum? Because if you want to talk about your About Us page, you can always use it as an addendum for your job description. So I'll come to that in a minute. Job Family is a library that we have uploaded from the Mercer Job Family available. So either you can use the library, or you can create your own job family, which is, once again, optional. If you want to create a comprehensive job description, these are all one-time setup. You can add anytime you want anything to be added, or you can use the library, which is the Mercer job library. Job group is something that don't worry about this data. These are, you can set up the job groups. You can assign the titles to a specific job group that you have in your organization. Job grade is similarly, you can keep an historical job grade in your organization. If I click on it, it can give you the range of job grades that are in your organization. Once again, these are optional, but you can have it. Job code is a job code we uploaded from the BLS, and you can also create your own. If you create your own, you can manage it. You cannot delete the library, but you can use it. So it's a comprehensive job code, job library, job family, and all the setup, right? If you set all these things up, one-time deal. Sorry, I just loaded a Shell's logo just for the demo purposes. You can load your organization's logo. That will be available for you in your output report and everything. So the settings is a one-time deal that you can set up as much as you want. It's up to you. So coming back to dashboard, this gives you a summary view. Let's go to the titles we talked about a few minutes back, the 6 different types we can do it, right? This is your core titles information section where it gives you the information about all the titles in your organization. Anything that is inactive is here. Anything that is active is here. Now, if you look at this, it tells you AI completed. What this means is the whole process was automated. Uploading a Word document, AI read your document, it uploaded your details into the system. What this means is nobody is locked in, it is unlocked, so you can go ahead and make the changes you want to make. If somebody is working on it, it will be locked, otherwise it will be unlocked. So that's what these indicators mean. This means the workflow is in progress. And if there is no workflow indicator, it means the workflow has not been used. The bulk AI upload means that it was uploaded using the bulk AI, which we'll go to that in a minute. This means you can copy an existing job description, and you can create a duplicate job description and make the required changes. You can delete any job description from here. Let me delete something that is there. I can delete this. Let's say it will go to the archive. It won't be deleted, but it will go into the inactive list, and then you can delete this when you are really ready to delete. So it gives you one more shot in preserving it just in case you want to. So let me click on any one of them. So now I am inside a title. It gives me the entire history of what happened to this title and the historical versions of this title and who managed it, what, and so on and so forth. I talked about the Shell logo, and this is where the logo that you use is used for you to create your reports and output. Now, there are multiple ways you can create your output in as many ways as you want it, right? So there are some templates we have created for demo purposes, but you can create your own template. Why is that? You may want to have your output in different use cases for different reasons, and that's the reason why we have this output scenario. Now, the customized part is where, in this case, I can go to any one of those factors. I can specify what I want. I can select the radio button if I want, and if there is anything I want to add, I can add. So you have your description part that you want to add that's here, and you can also select the appropriate level for this particular title. So we are a consulting company on the other end of the fence, and we use a standard template of 15 factors. And when you have completed something, it tells you what are the factors that you have completed. So it gives you a comprehensive picture on the right-hand side for you to select the level you want to select. That gives you a radio button type feature for you to select. And if there is something specific, if there's a software title, there might be a specific wording that you can always add whenever you have the work skill, for example, you can add those components. So as you can see on the flow here, before you start making changes, you want to lock it in so that nobody else will take this and make the changes. Now you have a conflict, right? To avoid the conflict, the system will stop you from, will allow you to lock it in so that nobody else can make the changes. Now, if I take a title that is locked, I cannot make these changes because somebody else is using it. In the comparison, I can take another title, I can compare it against this title, or I can compare a version of the same job description, compare two different versions. So if I take, for example, I'm taking a random title and I'm saying, okay, I want to copy this, right? So I can copy from one section to the other section if I want to. So let me see, let me pick a title that has got something meaningful. Let me go here. No. So I can see here, like, so I first of all I have to lock it in. Okay, confirm, right? So now that I have locked in, I can just say, you know what? This is an important thing. I want to copy it. I copy to the right-hand side, I copy. Where is this useful? If you have, for example, accounts manager and you want to create senior accounts manager, let's say 50, 60, 70% of them are same, but some sections are different. So you can take section by section by section, you can make the changes. So if you want to go to the other section, I can say, yeah, work skill. Oh, the left-hand side is correct, so let me change it. I copied it from the left to the right. Oh, this is important. I can change it. So this allows you to create a bunch of titles in the same section or a same group of job profile, and you can selectively copy and save it. This is an example of how we talked about duplicating the job description as one of the format, right? We talked about the duplication here. This is an example of a duplication with a small variation where you can duplicate it and then make the required changes. So you can select any source and you can make the changes you want to make. The next piece in this is collaborators. So you can select any collaborator you want, and you can set up the deadline, and you can say assign. See, does not belong to this client. I have a restriction on this one. So let me say, yeah. So as you can see, now your email would have gone to my personal email. And so now I, as a collaborator, can add my comments. And so my version will be updated with a new version. So an organization can collaborate with anybody inside the organization and outside the organization to make sure the job description is covering every angle and there are no components that are missed out. And if there is a specialized input required, you can always forward it to somebody else. So you need to release this job description. So when that person is updating the job description, he or she can complete the work and send it back, and there will be a new version of the job description. I will show that in 30 seconds, right? So the next example is the workflow. So this doesn't have a workflow. I will show you in a few minutes an example of a workflow. And the versions will be created as you go along, right? So, so just now, a email was sent out, and now it is waiting for this collaborator to come back. When this collaborator comes back, the next version of the software will be created. So you have a historical version of everybody who was coming to the system has done something to this job description. So you maintain the entire historical activity for this particular title. What we have done so far is we have covered a single title. We lived through the workflow of this entire title, right? So one of the things I want to also cover is bulk AI upload. So let me give you an example of how this is done. So all that I'm going to do is I have a title. I can do more than one. Let's say, let me pick Easy Finance Manager. I'm going to pick it. What I have done is I have selected a title. The 89% of the participants said they have their Word document somewhere. When you are evaluating a software, you want to find out how will your Word document get converted into a system. Our answer is our AI will do everything for you. Duplicate files detected. So I have been uploading this by mistake. So let me pick something else. So it will say, so what this has done is, see, I have not even opened my Word document to figure out what is the title. By doing it, you're going to see AI is processing right now, right? I don't have to do anything manually. If I refresh the screen, it has finished the processing. It has taken the title that was in the Word document, scanned the Word document, and it said, okay, this is the title in this Word document, and I'm going to paste this title. So AI did this job automatically. Now, this is incomplete, right? Because if you want to add job family, job code, job group, and template to it, you can. So I can select this. I can say, okay, I'm going to select the job standard template, and I'm going to select some arbitrary thing, and I'm going to say update. I have updated it. I can still say, now I'm happy with the AI's work. I can say, now from the interim location, take it to my location. Now this job title has come into your main titles inventory. The one title I uploaded need not be one. It can be a bulk upload of however many titles you have. So taking the use case that you folks have mentioned, you have it in Word document. So you can systemically transfer the entire Word document into the system in one shot. And this will now be uploaded. Now AI has finished its job, and it's saying bulk AI upload, and it's all done. So I don't even have to understand what is the title. I don't even have to open the Word document. System did everything for me. That's what the AI's bulk upload feature is. Now let's say I don't know what title I want. Let me pick some weird title. Let's say senior software engineer. I let the AI generate the job description for me. So this is the use case where you don't know what could be the core component of a job description, but you want the AI to come back and give you the data. Now that it has come back, I can edit this if I want, or I can add right away. So now that I have added, it's in my interim state. I can say, hey, I like it very much. I want this to be into my stuff. So it has copied from here. It has automatically loaded. It is processing it. it's coming into this main inventory. So what both of these are doing is allowing you to use the AI to help you process it. At the same time, we don't trust AI 100%. So we stop it and say, okay, you make the final decision whether you want the job description to be loaded to the system or not loaded to the system. And if you want to make any changes, you make the changes, and then you can upload that into your main inventory. So this is your main job catalog, job inventory. That's you in your organization. You can bring it into this from multiple places, right? So we talked about all those multiple ways: duplication, bulk AI generation, and of course, if there is a need for consulting firm to get involved, we can always do it. Now there's a master library. That's a piece that we didn't talk about. It's in the test environment, we have only 1,700 job descriptions, but in our production environment, we have 12,000. So you can select any one of them. You can look at this and say, wow, this is good. I like it. I just say, take it. I took it to my library. So now this title, test job 1, 2, 3, is in my title. Now I can make the changes. So I can copy any one of the titles that are in the inventory, and we can take it, and then you can make the changes. So we talked about the 6 ways to capture the data. This is the PowerPoint that I want to refresh back. And we discovered all the 5 ways how you can automate the whole process. Of course, consulting is a standalone piece. So now that we talked about how you get the title, because this is the most difficult, most painful process for an HR manager to bring the data from wherever they have into one single catalog. And you can get it from anywhere. Once you get it here, you can always edit this by going here and making any changes you want to make. So you can have any template. This job happens to be in a template called furniture organization, but you can have any type of update you want to make, you can make. So this has got a 15 template. So this gives you the ability to change on an ad hoc basis any title you have in your organization. So what have we discovered so far? You can bring the titles from multiple ways, and you can manage them just by the click of a button, and whatever changes you want to make, you can. Obviously, every part of the system has the filter capability, and obviously you can reset the filter. You always have an active, inactive. Let me go to the collaboration for a minute. You can manage your collaboration as an administrator. This is showing you all the titles that are in collaboration. So if I click on it, it tells me who are the collaborators and what is the status of this. So if you look at these, they are external people to the organization, and this person is internal to the organization. So these people haven't finished it, and the date has expired, and you can obviously send a reminder, and you can also extend the deadline. You can do any one of them from a title perspective. So you can take any title, see the status of your title from a collaboration standpoint. This is viewing the same data from a collaborator perspective. Take any one collaborator and see how many titles he or she has not finished, and you can remind them if you want to remind them. So this keeps a good track record of who is doing it, what is the status, and how many jobs are pending, and all that information. Template. This is for the job description template. You can create as many templates as you want. And what you can do is you have your left-hand side template. Let me copy from somewhere. Let's say standard. So if you see the left-hand side and the right-hand side, hey, this is the piece I don't have it on the left hand. I can create it, right? I can move around this. I can position. What does this mean? This means that you, for your organization, can create your own template, one or more template, doesn't matter, however many templates you want, in the format you want, and going further, if I want to create more fields, I can create more fields. So this is positioning how you want the format to look. So you can start from something and you can create whatever you want. And if you need a template to be created, we obviously can help in creating it. So I don't want it. Let's say I remove it. I can remove it. Now this is gone. So I can remove any template I want. I can create whatever format I want. If I go to the save and next, for every format, I can actually say how the screen should be. I can delete if I don't want this. So this is the next level of further fine-tuning your template to see how it looks, right? Because I copied from somewhere, I can remove whatever I want to remove. I can add whatever I want to edit. I can edit whatever. I can position them. I can say whatever I want to say, and I can create this template. So this is how you build a template for your maintenance of job description. In this template, you can create similar type. I can actually say how my report should look. So you can define your output template, because many times you keep the job descriptions for certain requirements, but the output, you want it in a different way. So this gives you the opportunity to go through the format that you would like to have.
Sorry, Mahesh, to interrupt. We have few questions. I mean, we are
Yes.
nearing the
Yeah.
end. We
Yes.
have one from, if you can look at the Q&A section, you can see the questions. Can you change the default sort for job descriptions? And can AI do FLSA exemption analysis in the platform?
So the first question, like you can sort you can sort in every possible way you want. So most of the fields here are sortable. So that answer is yes, you can. The system today, as of now, is not smart enough to do the next level of analysis, but those are in works. And so the next level of AI improvement is going to be for the AI to do the analysis, and that includes the FLSA analysis. The answer is yes, but not today, by end of March.
Cynthia, you want to say something?
I think it's a fabulous product, and I just think maybe a one-on-one would be more helpful. If anyone would
Yes.
like to see that, can they arrange an appointment to have an individual presentation?
Yes. So let me show you. Okay, there is a contact information at the end. We will send it to you all. So you have the information about our contact details. So you can always email us. So we will be able to reach out to you if you have any additional question, or you have a request for a one-on-one demo. We can arrange that also.
That sounds great. And we're also interested in the 10 points that you were going to share with us at the end. Or maybe that was done during the demo.
Which one, Cynthia? I missed your question.
There was, oops, sorry. I just lost my screen. I'd have to go back to the invitation itself. There was 10 points you were going to go over about job descriptions.
Yes, we will send the video of this presentation and the PDF of this presentation to everyone who registered for this webinar. So it will all be sent in the next couple of days.
Great. Well, I think it's a great product, and I wish I had it when I was practicing. Got a couple of questions here. I'm not sure you've answered. Can you change the default sort for job description titles?
Yes, we did. Yeah,
okay. And the next one, can AI do FLSA exemption?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So that is going to be by end of March, it's work in progress. Yes.
And one more question, what are the 15 areas you can customize? Okay, I think that is what is being responded later. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
So the 15-factor template is something that we have been passionately following for the past 15, 20 years. So the standard template of this application is 15-factor template that is used in Job Builder and in other parts of the system. So that's a standard template we have. Having said that, you may not like those 15 templates. So you can take that 15 template and remove whatever you don't like. So the 15 factors are our standard template that is always available. So let me see if any one of them has a standard template. See, these probably are 15. I'm not able to tell you exactly those 15, but any title you see where this is a standard, that tells me these are the 15 factors that we use for our job analysis, job evaluation, market pricing, and all those things, right? This is the one that covers any type of legal requirement that you have that you should be satisfying in your job description. So these are the 15 factors, but you can obviously modify them if you want. So this is the standard template deployed in Job Builder. These are the 15 factors.
Okay, one question I had, Mahesh, was about the comp builder part. So as far as building your job description, do you how do you get assistance with what the market is for that particular job? Is that built in somewhere? Is that
Yes.
something that's totally different?
So it is the other modules you see. The market builder is an example of market pricing for your title. So Job Builder is your job description, maintenance, administration, management. And then Grade Builder is your job evaluation. Market Builder is your market pricing. So you can take any title, and if you are subscribed to this part of the software, then you can do the market pricing also in the software. So they are all integrated. It's one package.
Wonderful to know that. Well, it looks like we have about 2 minutes left. Does anyone have another question for Mahesh?
So I have 1 minute. I will just explain in 30 seconds. The workflow is a component of the system where you can define your organization's workflow. Becky talked about how you can define the control. So this is an example of a workflow where I can say how many people are going to approve this. And if I want to see what's happening, it will tell me history of who are the creators, who are the next level approvers, and so on and so forth. So you can define all the titles that are part of a particular workflow. You can manage your workflow in this part of the system. So the workflow is something that is available in the system. You can define for your organization. If you have questions, I can always walk you through later on a one-on-one demo of the product in more details. And this is the place where you do all the settings of the approvers and the role mapping of each one of those workflows. So you can set up your organization's workflow and it will flow through the way you want the approval process to happen. So you can say creator, checker, approver, reviewer. We created a random names. You can create whatever names that's appropriate for your organization. There's more to talk about it, this one, but that gives you a perspective of this. Obviously, on the right-hand side, you have your My Profile, and this is a HRIS system, right? So it captures all the information and gives you back who you are and all that information. So we talked about Job Builder, and that's what this demo was all about. If you have any questions, we will send you this PowerPoint slide in the next couple of days. You can reach out to us with more questions.
And did we cover the 15 areas you can customize for the job descriptions? Is that included in the demo?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes. That's what the template is. So you can create your own template. So let me take, I can create a own template. I can say,
Great.
I can call it a new, and then I can copy from the standard. And then I can make my changes, whatever I want to make. I can add, subtract, whatever I want to do. So you can start with the standard, which is a 15-point template that you don't have to do anything if you want to use standard, or you can modify whatever you want to modify. Everything is self-defined or self-controlled. However much you want to do it, you can go ahead and do it.
Well, probably a lot more questions could be answered with an individual demo if anyone would like to contact you. Can you show us your contact information?
Yes, I can. This is the slide where I have, it's mkumar@trainery.one. And Matt Cross is the product manager. His email is mcross@trainery.one. You can reach out to any one of us, or you can reach out to any one of us like Sanchita or Becky or anyone that you have access to, either in the consulting side or in the trainery side. One of us can reach out and get back to you with more information.
We're not seeing it on our screen. Can you put
Not
that
seeing it.
information on the screen?
Ah, you're not able to see? Hang on.
Oh,
We can see it, and I have shared the information in chat in case anyone wants to copy it.
Are
That's
you
it.
able to see now?
Yes.
All right, sorry. I didn't know you didn't see it. So this is the contact information. You can see it. Please let us know if you have questions, if you have need for further information on any aspect of it, right? This is something that we did a demo in 25 minutes. So we were fast tracking everything as fast as we can. If you need a detailed demo, please go ahead and reach out to us.
thank you so much. I believe we're over our time and people are going to start clicking off, I'm afraid. So we thank you so much for joining us today for this webinar that was so interesting and so informative. And I think that everybody should check in with you to have an individual demo would probably be great. And every company's different. We all have different job descriptions. So everybody can just go ahead and contact Mahesh or Becky and they can help you. So you will receive your SHRM and HRCI credit in a couple of days. So thank you for joining us and be sure and stay tuned for our next webinar, which will be next Thursday. Thank you, Mahesh. We appreciate it so much.
Thank
Bye,
you. Thanks,
everyone.
Sylvia. Thanks, Becky. Thank you, everyone, for being in this webinar. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.